Escapism. It's when we have work to do, but here we are spending our time binging on YouTube. It's when we had a rough day, maybe at work, or we had an argument with someone we love, so here we are eating a whole bucket of ice cream and drowning our sorrows. Escapism is the avoidance of the mundane, or the unpleasant realities of life, by focusing on the fun, easy, or fantastical. This escapism is not just an individual problem, it's also a cultural problem. Our society preys on our escapist tendencies, normalizing a grinding, meaningless 9-to-5 job, and encourages us to spend the rest of our time numbing ourselves to life by consuming products designed to be addictive, that release the most amount of pleasure possible, regardless of consequence. Modern society runs because people like you and me stay complacent in a cycle of escapism, trying to run away from our lives instead of building our lives into something extraordinary. I personally believe this is an incredibly important topic to address because I believe in your potential. And I believe in the potential of humanity to evolve and grow and become more conscious. But the truth is that we barely access any of it. There's so much to us, to reality, and yet we know maybe less than 1% of it. Imagine this. Imagine you create a life that you love to live, that you impact the world through your creativity and hard work, that you build a life and build an understanding of life, that you actually fall in love with reality. Imagine that. That's possible for you. And that's why I make this video, because there's so many obstacles to doing that. And one of them is this idea of escapism and its root cause, which we'll get into later. But really why I make this video is to show you an alternative, so you can make a proactive choice to build the kind of life that you are inspired to live. Let me introduce you to the spiral of escapism. It starts with discomfort, some aspect of reality that we just don't like or we don't want to face. And since our orientation is to avoid this unpleasant situation, we seek a form of pleasure as relief from the feeling. Once you start, it becomes more difficult to face the original discomfort, and as you begin to spend more time with your escapist habit, your problems pile up, and the more that are added to your stack as you don't take care of yourself or your life leads to even more discomfort, and the cycle begins again. Now, I hear you. You may be thinking, okay, cool, this is some good information, but how does it apply to me? Very practically. Escapism can lead to depression, to anxiety, to a lot of other mental health issues. It can lead to physical issues such as obesity or heart problems or diabetes. It can lead to external issues such as a lack of financial health or a lack of success in our life. Because essentially what we're doing is spending our time distracted instead of creating in the world or honoring our life. And this leads to an overall feeling of purposelessness and a feeling of unhappiness, like there's this void within us that can't be filled. Not only are we avoiding reality and not fixing our problems, but escapism actually keeps us from discovering and developing what we love most about life. Because our attention is consistently diverted to activities that feel good in the moment, but keep us from living the good life. Escapism is really just a symptom of a deeper issue. And that deeper issue is that we take life for granted. We assume that we know reality, that there's nothing magical going on, that it's just mundane and boring like it always has been. It's just so ordinary. And we gravitate towards pleasure. We see that as the purpose of life. And we run away from pain and suffering. We avoid it. Here's what happened. We grow up from childhood until now, and because of how we interpreted our life, we hold this attitude where we assume that we basically got life figured out, that our worldview is true, and that nothing meaningful is left to discover. And that's why everything feels so ordinary. When everything feels ordinary and mundane, of course we want to escape. Of course we gravitate towards pleasure, and of course we try to avoid pain and suffering. So, what do? We make a choice to put engagement with life as our primary purpose in life. We make a choice to explore life, to learn to love life, to see how life really works, to explore ourselves and discover what it is that we love most about life. We make a dedication in ourselves to honor our life, to take on the challenge, to accept the pain and discomfort that comes with heading straight into life. And we do it willingly, excited because we know that this is our one life that we get to live. And we make something amazing out of our life. We turn it into an art form. Really what we do is we turn our life into a research project to see how much of our potential we can actualize and to see how deeply we can love life. One path is easy at first, but it leads to a disappointing, miserable, and mediocre life. And the other will be more difficult. It's harder than most will admit, but it leads to a life of passion, success, and fulfillment. Which one will you choose?